देश की धड़कन रेडियो Fiji-2 का ये प्रसारण आपके लिए कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत हम कर रहे हैं। याद रखते अभी से लेकर रात 12 तक यह सिलसिला हमारा और आपका चलता रहेगा। दृष्टिकोण में आपका हम स्वागत कर रहे हैं। दृष्टिकोण के तुरंत बाद आगे बढ़ते हैं कार्यक्रम में। इधर कहते हैं कि गहरी थी रात लेकिन हम सोए नहीं, गहरी थी रात लेकिन हम सोए नहीं, दर्द बहुत था दिल में पर हम रोए नहीं, कोई नहीं हमारा जो पूछे हमसे, जाग रहे हो किसके लिए या किसी के लिए सोए नहीं। याद रखते गीत संगीत का तकाजा आपके लिए रात 12 तक आपको हम सोने नहीं देंगे। महकती रातें हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक रात 7 से लेकर 12 के बीच रेडियो Fiji-2 देश की धड़कन पर रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
In this bulletin, the Fiji police force is out to stop drug traffickers in 2015. Naomi Leweni is now the acting consular general for Fiji in China. And the National Fire Authority to finally relocate their headquarters in 2015. Good evening, I'm Akusita Tale and you're watching FBC News. The Fiji police force is out to stop drug traffickers in 2015. Chief of Operations Rusiate Tunravu says, given the recent case of a $30 million drug bust, the Fiji police need to step up their border security as well as their local policing. Savera Tambua has more details.
Reduction in serious crime offences against women and children and improvement of services delivery are some of the focus areas the force will be working. A significant area of operations, though, will be raiding our community of drugs.
This is one of our focus areas, and we'll start this month with a series of raids on information that we have so far. And just a warning to those that are treating marijuana as a source of living or having that as drug pushers around the country. If they are watching us on TV, just a general warning that we will be coming down, the police will be coming down hard on them.
Police will also be reviewing the Nduawata Community Policing Project, an initiative that involves the community on watch of would-be drug peddlers.
It is one of our very important proactive arm which we will rope in all stakeholders. So the team is currently reviewing it, and we will be concentrating on our project this year.
Police is adamant with the support from government and other stakeholders, the force will be able to tackle drug trafficking more effectively. Sabara Tabua, FBC News.
Former military spokesman Naomi Leweni is now the acting consular general for Fiji in China. Leweni, who has been serving as the second in charge in Shanghai, says the move to Beijing has been both challenging and rewarding. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
For the last 3 years, Naomi Leweni has overseen the consular affairs of Fiji's Shanghai office in China. Effective last year, he moved up as acting consular general, taking over the reins from Asala Teleni.
The role in Beijing as the acting ambassador is a role that actually deals with government, on a government to a government level. Compared to in Shanghai, it is more on people to people, whereby you handle a lot of issues with Fiji citizens.
And while Leweni is only acting in the position for now, he has tipped his hat in the race.
Well, I've been in China for the last 3 years, and I think I have a good relationship with most of the Chinese officials in Beijing and also in Shanghai. And I've known the people there and how they do and deal with things. So it would be much easier for me to actually move in and take up the role.
Given China's global influence, fostering Fiji-China relations can be a strategic goldmine.
The fact that the president of China has just visited Fiji is quite a significant one, and we stand to benefit in a lot of ways. One of which is tourism. The fact that the Chinese premier visited Fiji, that has been in the media in China for quite a while, and that in itself is an advertisement process, I would say, that a lot of Chinese people have gotten to know Fiji, and we've been getting questions on in both the embassy and the consulate from Chinese nationals where Fiji is, and it's just that visit that has really lifted Fiji's profile.
China is the world's most populous country with an estimated 1.36 billion people and growing. It also became the world's biggest economy last year, knocking America off the lead. The potential to exploit Fiji's China relations is immeasurable. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Fiji Roads Authority has closed the road along Namuamua in Namosi. This follows a landslide above a culvert along Namuamua Road, which has taken out half the width of the road. FRA contractors Fulton Hogan Highways joint venture and engineers from MWH Global have visited the site and drawn up temporary and permanent solutions for the site. Fulton Hogan is expected to begin temporary reinstatement work next week. As a result of this closure, the three villages of Nakavika, Vunindavo and Wainiavu will be impacted, and the public are being advised to plan trips and around the area and to contact the Fiji Roads Authority if you have any queries. It's estimated that it will take up to a week to construct the temporary access, which is expected to be completed by the 10th of this month. The National Fire Authority believes 2015 will be a challenging year for them, with several capital projects planned. NFA Chief Executive Officer John O'Connor says 2015 will see the relocation of their headquarters and the construction of 2 new fire stations. Shireen Lata has the story.
Among the projects lined up for National Fire Authority is the relocation of their headquarters to Como Park in Samambula from its current location in Walubai Suva. Work is expected to begin later this year, with the authorities still trying to finalize arrangements with the Suva City Council.
The Suva City Council has given us approval to rezone with certain conditions that we have to comply, and now we're working to comply with those conditions. Some are like environment assessment, traffic assessment and so forth. So that's what we're working through so that we can facilitate the transfer of the lease, and then we'll be ready to start the project.
O'Connor says relocation is critical as they need a more strategic venue to allow for a quicker response to fires. The NFA is also planning to establish 2 new fire stations. One fire station will be set up in Korolevu, while the other one will be in Savu-Savu. Work on both the stations will kick off over the next few weeks.
These fire stations, we must thank government, because the government has funded for the construction of these fire stations, and we're just working according to the plans that have the budget that has been provided to us by government in terms of building fire stations.
O'Connor says locating their services closer to the public will to some extent help reduce fire incidents in the country. Shireen Lata, FBC News.
Coming up after the break, international renowned chef pushes for more local products in our thriving tourism industry.
Impula bina na turangan na marama na turbugi na ngone lewa. Impula bina rangone. Kanuita kini marata itiron tapi bingomian na biyo liba ni Radio Fiji 1 na tabay viti na bunga ni vian vian. Oya upio rotuanga na menit daw ni bengravi. Na makia mo daw no kita tiri karua moniti kina barumbuka. Ene wasini ngone baruta ki kilo manikoro iluto na karombo.
मेरा चांद मुझे आया है नजर, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर। छाया है नशा मेरे आंखों पर, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर। रह जाए ना प्यासा मेरा प्यार, मेरे बाहों में भर दे मेरा यार, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर, ऐ रात जरा थम थम के गुजर। हाय मिर्ची एफएम पर मैं हूं जितेंद्र शांडिल। शामिल हो जाएगा हमारे साथ टुनाइट शो में मंडे टू फ्राइडे फ्रॉम 7 PM to 12 AM। मिर्ची एफएम इट्स
Welcome back to FBC News. Hawaiian chef Colin Chang is encouraging the thriving tourism industry to utilize local ingredients. He was at the Shangri-La Fijian resort recently to help showcase how food can be prepared and presented with locally grown products. Christopher Chan reports.
Celebrity chef Colin Chang has been to Fiji many times, calling it his second home, and is pushing the home advantage, wanting to see more hotels using local food in a contemporary manner.
Hotels to do more of that, and if they can create that kind of food, then people won't be looking to import more overseas food, you know.
He's working on a book called Kana Vinaka, which will educate people on the luxury of going local when preparing food.
It's not about being famous or doing a book that sells. I'm not doing it for the money. I really feel that it can make a difference, that we can use it as a way to learn more about this way, contemporary way of cooking.
Colin has been in this profession for 40 years and is helping chefs at the Fijian resort learn some of his cooking methods.
And our food is good. You know, let's eat it in ways that what the rest of the world are eating it in. So it's been a long process, but I think that we can do this. You know, I think we need to move away from just the traditional ways of eating our local food.
He's really passionate about using local produce and training our people on how to use local produce to create wonderful dishes.
Colin has a new sense of energy in his belief to using local produce with an international twist. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
The Fiji Roads Authority will review some of the roads in the Western Division as part of its plan in 2015 to improve infrastructure. Consultants will be hired to look at the efficiency of the Nandi-Tulotoka Highway and the Denarau Road. FRA projects engineer Zaina Khan says they will carry out these studies to look at ways to improve the road network. Khan says this is part of the initial consultancy process where recommendations would then be made on areas that can be improved.
We will be engaging consultants during 2015 to look at the Nandi to Lautoka route and improvements that can be made during that journey. And the second study will be a feasibility study at the Denarau Road to look at improvement in traffic flows and also improvements for pedestrians and cyclists.
FRA has two major road projects in Nandi, which is the new Denarau Bypass Road and the Nandi 4-lane project. Simply known as Paulini, she rose to prominence as a contestant on the first season of Australian Idol in 2003. Defying all odds, Paulini has strived to make it big in the music and film industry. Our successful Fijian segment tonight features Fijian Australian R&B and pop singer, songwriter and actress Paulini Zuruenavuli on what it takes to promote Fijian made on the global stage.
On a program at church, and they said, okay, well, we're going to have a little a little competition for all the young kids to get up and do a solo and all that, and I was like, yes, I'll do it. So I basically I got up and performed my first ever song, which was called What Shall I Do by Tremaine Hawkins, a gospel singer. So that was awesome. Kind of did it independently for a little while, and now I just got signed to another major label under Universal called Decca just 3 months ago. An older guy called Jeff Healy. He was blind. He was a Canadian singer, and yeah, it's a cover of another song. And I basically, the first time I heard that song was, my A&R guy from my record label showed me the song. I was like, oh, I'd love to sing this song. I really connected with it, because we all go through things like that. So I said, yeah, this is going to be the first single.
Paulini says having spent 11 years in the music industry is not easy. It comes with challenges, and although her music can be at the top, balancing normal life and fame is one of her biggest challenges.
Dealing with publicity and all of that stuff, because once you do step into that domain of being a public figure, I think everything is public, from there on. So it's your personal life, it's, family, it's everything. So just for me, understanding the difference and how to control all of that has been difficult for blessing me. I could never have done it without God and my family and the support that I've had from my people and, also in Australia.
She's finally making a comeback after being quiet for around 5 years. She says the break was to help her compose her original talent and have a twist of a Fijian culture in her soon-to-be released album.
Basically took that time out to just improve on my songwriting, improve on producing my own tracks, and trying to get a bit of that, cultural kind of feel into my music. So one of the tracks on my album that's coming out February has a bit of a Fijian kind of feel in it. So I'm very happy with that. I want to do more tracks like that. Kind of movies that may happen in Australia where they need someone who looks like me, I'll definitely put my hand up for it and audition. I think everyone's successful in any level in life, but if you're that person that is always striving to be better, that's a successful person.
Coming up in sports, the Tambandamo Sevens rugby team wants to win the Uluinakau Sevens tournament.
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Gold FM, only the classic hits. I hope you're having fun so far. You're listening to The Ride, and I'm Kara, taking you through your afternoon. Stay with me to listen to more awesome classics right here on The Ride. Bulabinaka for awesome sounds in the afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful classics. Join me on The Ride every weekday right here on Gold FM, only the classic hits from 2 to 7.
Just don't ask me what it was.
Ya vino pali pronto kwa chuma ni moshi mwana kwa Bula FM namba nduwe na siri na ngona ni ndende manda ke Central Rental sapo peke de rosu ko vitra minichi me va na koloko. Ni sabula.
Oya wa wati soni dalai.
Gonga ya moshi don.
Nama kikirau mena tolu kene bitu. Ena via kabi moliti kene porombuka.
Gori na lali ne kabi. Bula FM namba nduwe na siri.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. The Tambandamo Sevens rugby team wants to win the Uluinakau Sevens tournament next week. The captain says that their aim will be no different than the other teams, which is to lift the trophy come next Saturday.
Like all the team has been preparing to win. None of the team will want to lose the tournament like this, Uluinakau Sevens, and all the teams has been preparing to win.
The Uluinakau Sevens will be played at Ratu Takumbau Park in Osori on the 9th and 10th of this month. Meanwhile, the Uluinakau Sevens team is looking forward to compete in their own tournament next week. The team have won 9 trophies in the past 6 months in various tournaments, and coach Maleli Kolinivala says they're hungry for more.
Just for the boys to know how they discipline, how they maintain their fitness, what they've been told to train hard and look after themselves nicely.
Meanwhile, 21 teams have so far confirmed participation for the tournament, which will be held on the 9th and the 10th of this month. The Suva Volleyball Association Outreach Program Tournament will be held at the Suvavo Volleyball Courts in Lami tomorrow. The Suva under 15, 17 and 19 teams will be selected after the completion of the tournament. Officials believe tournaments like these are needed to maintain the development of the sport in the country.
This helps so much, if you see here, these players, they live in Subobo village. Most of them have not come into the bigger competition. But it's good to see them playing, you see the talent out here. This is one way that we expose, that we see these players, that they play, we see their talent, and we take them up to the association and to the national competition. This is where we pick our teams up from Suba.
24 men's and 12 women's teams will take part in the one-day tournament. The Punjabi Tigers cricket team have set high targets when it comes to the Suva Cricket Association local league competition. After an 8-run win over classy Army team yesterday, the team wants to finish in the top 2. The team knows that achieving this won't be easy.
We're trying our best, and we would like to play in a final. So hope so. I think it would be possible if we train well and practice well.
The team is made up of Indian and Pakistani nationals residing and working in Fiji. Today's weather saw us blessed with showers across the islands, with rain predicted for this evening in the west and northern divisions. Elsewhere, it was fine with a few cloudy periods. Temperatures today ranged between a low of 22 across all centers, with a high of 31 recorded in Nandi, Ba, Lautoka and Lambasa. Tomorrow, brief showers are predicted across the islands both in the morning and in the afternoon, with Singatoka the only center forecast to have fine weather apart from possible afternoon showers. Further outlook, a strong wind warning remains in force for Kandabu and Vatuira passages. The situation, there's an east to southeast wind flow expected to prevail over the group. A trough of low pressure is anticipated to affect the country from Monday till Thursday. Recapping the headlines, the Fiji police force is out to stop drug traffickers in 2015. Naomi Leweni is now the acting ambassador for Fiji in China, and the National Fire Authority to finally relocate their headquarters in 2015. Now on to our poll question. This week we ask, do New Year's resolutions work? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizensize@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's your FBC News for tonight, and until then, have a safe and enjoyable Sunday. Himo Demanda.
So what was the question again? Oh, why is it called the traffic jam? Well, the reason is, it's because I have two really cool cars. Seriously cool cars. And I love drifting, racing, because I am fast and slick. And plus, I like to create a bit of traffic jam myself with a whole lot of great music. Burunaka, my name is Real, your host and DJ, right here on the Today FM Traffic Jam, every weekday from 3 p.m. to 7. Right here on Today FM, today's hit music.